The witch's smile was a knife in the dark. Ruby stood frozen, the cold, screaming gem hidden behind her back. She thought of the ring, of escape, but the witch's next words speared through her.
Your beast is on his knees before the entire pack, naive to think he could fight a war alone.
You're lying. Why would he go to the castle?
Love? Perhaps. What you shared was to my advantage. He was meant to guard the seals, but I have a better puppet now.
Love. The word was a bittersweet sting. Kaelan, harsh, rude, distant Kaelan, loving her. It felt impossible, and yet a fragile hope kindled in her chest. A vision shimmered before her. The Alpha's courtyard, torchlight, a jeering pack. And in the center, Kaelan, massive, slumped, his golden eyes dimming. Brandon stood over him, a silver sword raised high, face twisted with triumphant agony. No, do not believe her. It is glamour.
A choice, little shaman, my gift. Come back with me, kill the beast yourself, or die here.
He's dying either way. Why give me the choice? Her heart hammered, a deafening drum in her ears. All she could see was the beast dying. She didn't want him to die.
How about I kill you in front of him, let him watch, or die with him? A pretty tragic end, on my terms.
Ruby's mind was a storm. Go back, free the spirits, but let Kaelan die? Or go to him, to die holding his paw in a final futile act of weakness? She saw her parents' faces, Brandon's lined smile, Kaelan's eyes in the library, the first flicker of something that wasn't fury. What did he truly look like? As a last, desperate gamble, she thought of the ring. Teleport us both. I'll go with you. They stepped through a portal, and the scene unfolded like a waking nightmare. The courtyard, the pack. Kaelan, a mountain brought low. He growled, a weak, pained sound, when he saw her. Brandon turned, his face lighting up with euphoric madness.
You finally chose me, my Luna.
He flipped the sword, offering her the hilt. She took its deadly weight. Slowly, she walked to the beast. Kaelan looked at her, and then he closed his eyes. Acceptance. If her survival demanded his heart, he would give it. Instead of letting the blade fall, Ruby swung sideways. The sword clattered to the stones. Brandon stumbled back, clutching the deep gash across his chest, betrayal etching his face. Ruby saw only Kaelan. His golden eyes held hers, confused, understanding, weary, proud. No, I choose him. She dropped, grabbing a fistful of his blood-matted fur. She focused on the ring, her will screaming. Take us home. The world dissolved in a wrenching pull. When it solidified, she was in the cursed castle's great hall. She turned to smile at Kaelan. Her hand was empty. His fur had slipped through her fingers like smoke. She collapsed. The ring on her finger was a dead, gray, cracked stone. He was gone. She'd left him. She'd failed. A raw sob tore from her, then hardened into a cold, sharp purpose. She pushed up, following the little shadow's guidance deep underground, to a chamber of stone pillars etched with agonized symbols. A single pillar held a keyhole. You wanted freedom, so do I. She shoved the gem into the lock and turned. The earth shook. From the walls, the floor, the air itself, spirits poured forth, a vortex of anguish and rage. They swirled around her once, then streamed away like a silent hurricane. The little shadow reformed, not as a cup, but as a solemn child. Thank you. It is sad your beast is lost. But see the gift. You will have a shell. A spirit loyal only to you, to fight for you. What are you? We are the Sylvan, the witch imprisoned us, consumed our years to fuel her immortality. You are the last Sylvan. If you want answers, you will find them in the cursed castle. It belonged to the Sylvan before the wolves conquered. With that, the child shape dissolved, joining the exodus. Ruby was alone. Then she remembered the rose. She ran through the empty castle to the window. There it was, withered. A single, trembling petal clung to the stem, holding a last drop of crimson. Hope. She turned and ran. She ran through the deadwood, spirits flowing like a vengeful river above her. She ran until her lungs were fire, past the shattered gates, through the chaos of clashing wolves and screaming guards. In the center of the storm was a still, dark patch. Kaelan. A silver sword was buried in his chest. His body was motionless. Above him, two faint, familiar spirits, her parents, hovered, their translucent hands pressed to the wound, pouring their fading light into him in a desperate, failing effort to dam the tide of death. No, she stumbled forward, falling to her knees beside him. His golden eyes were open, glassy, the light in them a dying pinprick. Kaelan, look at me! Only the wails of spirits answered. Her parents' ghostly faces turned to her, their eyes holding infinite sadness and a silent plea. Hurry! Then she remembered. The true ritual, not the curse of binding, but the vow of becoming. Her hands shook as she placed them over her parents, on the cursed hilt. She bowed her head, her forehead touching the cold metal. By my soul, not as chain, but as shelter. By my life, not as theft, but as gift. What was broken, I mend. What was sundered, I unite. Our fates were two threads. Now let them be one rope. A pure gold light erupted from her heart. It flowed down her arms, into the sword, into Kaelan's chest. Her parents' spirits smiled. Their forms glowed, then softened, weaving their light into hers, a final blessing, before fading into the ritual's glow. The silver sword dissolved into light. Kaelan's body arched off the ground in a soundless roar. Then he went still. The light vanished. Silence. He lay there, a giant wolf, eyes closed. No, please, no! She crumpled over him, her body racked with sobs. She had lost. Then, a faint pulse of light under her cheek. From the scar over his heart, now a silver line, a soft light glowed. Once, twice. The massive form began to shimmer. The wolf's shape softened, receding like mist at dawn. The dark fur melted away, limbs reshaping with quiet golden whispers. Where the beast had lain, now lay a man. Pale, marked by a fierce silver scar. His face was sharp, noble, etched with pain and ancient weariness. His hair was the dark charcoal of his fur. His eyes, molten gold, fluttered open. They found hers. Bleary, then clearing with a shock of soul-deep recognition. A human hand, pale, trembling, lifted. His knuckles gently brushed a frozen tear from her cheek.
Ruby.
Around them, the battle raged. Spirits tore at the witch's magic. Wolves howled. But in the eye of the storm, there was only the whisper of his breath, the warmth of his hand on her face, and the impossible, silent truth. The beast was gone. The man had returned.